Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. A lot happened this week in the world of hockey, not just for the Montreal Canadiens, but there was the big offer sheet. So Matt and I got together on, I believe, on 4 different occasions to talk about all of these things, and they include the offer sheet, where we had a good discussion on that. There was the scrimmage game. We talked about Michael Hage going back to college, Alex Zharovsky. We talk about who's going to get Galley's A. And there is a behind-the-scenes discussion, which was pre-offer sheet, and I believe it was after the members-only live that we had on the 1st. And we discussed some of the signings from Kent Hughes, and you can see it's pre-offer sheet. And then there's a bonus outtake at the end, just a couple of minutes, where Matt and I get a little bit heated with each other discussing the offer sheet. And so that's all right here on HabNormals, and we're going to get right to it. Okay, well, we're just going to do offer sheets first. Matt. I don't know why I want to say Matthew, because is that your name, Matthew, or just Matt?
It is, yeah.
It is? Okay.
Only my mother and Alicia call me.
No, I know.
That's how I know I'm in trouble.
Yeah, you're in trouble with it. I know. Matt, did you obviously saw it because we've been talking about it, but the Philadelphia Flyers have tendered and signed an offer sheet with who's he? Leo Carlsson. 5 years, $18 million AAV, so that's $90 million for 5 years for a kid that, while talented and good, here's the announcement though from Flyers. Well, while talented and all that, has not proven that he is yet an $18 million player. Or honestly, I don't know that he's going to be. He's got a lot of talent, and yeah, his numbers will be good and all that, but an $18 million player?
No, look, it's batshit. I mean, the only player that's making even close to that right now is Kirill Kaprizov, and he's not on that level yet. He's a great player. He's a phenomenal talent. Oh, my God. Anybody who watched the Ducks this past season especially, joy to watch. I mean, the Ducks are an extreme, like they're kind of in the West is a team that I would say are like the Habs in the East just being like just so exciting to watch in terms of like the young talent. Like they're so exciting to watch. I watch a lot of Ducks hockey games. They're really excited to watch, but he's not worth $18 million. That's crazy. This is Danny Briere trying to screw them over for something that Danny Briere actually did because he traded Gauthier over there. That's the only thing I can think of. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, because it's a weird situation. But I mean, this is his hockey DB. Is he a good player? Yes. Has he shown progression through his career so far? Points? Yes. But if you're paying somebody $18 million, they've either already scored 100 points in this league, or you're damn well got to be 100% sure that they will score 100 points in this league. I don't know if he will. I don't know if he will. Is he a good player? Can he get 80 or 90 points? Yeah. Is 80 or 90 points $18 million? If it is, there's something wrong.
Yeah, I mean, again, he's a fantastic talent. He's a great player. He's going to continue to get better. Not for $18 million. Like, I could hear 10, 11, sure. Like, I think that's fine. He's a center. It's a premium position. But
I'd see 12 even, I'd say, okay, it
I'd
wouldn't
say
bother
12,
me.
But 18 is ridiculous. I mean, 18 is like best player in the league, and he's just not that right now. He's not.
Right.
Can he get there in 5 years? I mean, maybe, right? I mean, you never know.
But but say he does get there in 5 years. Well, that contract's over, though.
Yeah, and then you got to pay him 30.
You have to pay all that money. He's just getting there in 5 years. I mean, that's, and look, Alex, who is our Flyers, guy, he likes it and all that. And he said, in a few years, he'll grow into that contract. We were talking in the chat earlier. And I went but if it takes a few years to grow into that contract, then that contract was a waste.
Yeah,
You better be ready
$18
next
million.
fucking year.
You need to get on the team and score 100 points right away. I mean,
Next year,
for
you
18
better
million,
be
yeah,
that guy.
that's going to be the expectation. I'm sorry, you just signed that contract. That's your expectation now.
No, but is
I
that
don't
real?
Being expectations like that on a kid that's as young as he is, that's still getting better. But I'm sorry, you signed for that amount of money.
No, but
you gotta put up 120
point.
points now. Otherwise, it's a waste of money. Sorry.
Is he on the verge of that, in your opinion? Is this kid on the verge of 100 to 120 points next season? I don't think so.
Next season, no.
I don't think so. So I'm
Maybe
sorry.
90, yeah, I think that's possible, but that's not an $18 million player. It's just not.
No, it's not.
I'm sorry, it's not.
No. What a dumb move by Briere. I think Briere, he just raised the prices on everybody. All the top end guys. I mean, their price just went up. Why? Because the cap went up? I mean, that's just stupid. I'm going to say it right now, Danny Briere, you're a moron, and I'd like to hear you come onto this show and explain that, why you would have done that.
Yeah, because you got to also think now, no one's going to want to. I mean, behind the scenes, you got to think every GM in the league's pissed off at him for doing this now, because no one's going to want to do business with him.
Especially every team that needs a number one center. He's like, God damn it, the price just went up.
Yeah.
And it's expensive enough for a number one center. You know? Jesus. Thank God. I mean, well, listen, we need one soon. I mean, like the guys, you know.
We need a second line center. We need a second line center, but now what? So if one C's making 18, the second's going to make 12?
Well, I'm sorry. You look at Carlson's numbers. It's a second line center right now. You just signed a second line center to number one in the league status, and he hasn't proven it yet. I mean, that's really essentially what it is. My opinion, anyway.
Yeah, no, not for 18. Again, right? Like it, you know, us being Habs fans, it just, like I said, to me, it just makes me feel even happier and just even more confident in our management group and the fact that use Alex's new favorite saying, they didn't play with their food, they got everyone locked up right away. And I mean,
8 years.
We have a Hudson and a Demidov for the price of a Carlsson right now, which is just insane to me. Like
8 years of this contract, $144 million. Between I had a 16 years of Demidov is a little under that, a little over that.
Yeah,
16 years of Demidov is a little over. Just I know, like $1 million over.
No, but still,
8 years of
you're getting double the time.
Like that's crazy. Now, is Demidov a 100-point player? No, he's not
right now
yet either. But he's also not getting paid like he is.
No.
And if I have as much confidence, I'm going to say I have as much confidence that Demidov will hit that kind of number as Carlsson will. You know, Carlsson probably will hit 100 points, but
1,000.
When though you're paying,
he's not worth $18 million right now.
No, even if he is under, like, how many 100-pointers are going to get 18 million? Right? I don't know. It's such a dumb thing.
I mean, Nick Suzuki's a 100-point player. He makes $7.8 million. And again, I know he signed that deal 4 years ago, but still, right? Like, our number one center is Nick Suzuki. He's a 100-point player. And he's making $7.8 million.
Yeah. I mean, there's 100, and people would say he's not worth 18 million.
No, I think in today's market, Nick Suzuki's probably worth 12. But again, he signed for what he signed for. Because it was 4 years.
Doesn't matter. Even that. But he's not 18 million.
Demidov and Hudson last year. Demidov this year. Kind of switching gears to Montreal. They want to win here, and they want to make sure that Ken Hughes can build the team. You know, they want to make sure that he can build a team that's going to compete for 10, 12 years. Yep. You know what I mean? And so that's why they signed for what they signed for. But again, like, between Hudson and Demidov, that's what? Say 100 and... I mean, Lane Hudson's a point-a-game defenseman. I know he put up like 78 last year, but he's going to be a point-a-game defenseman. That's just where he's going.
You potentially have 100
70 to 80 points this season. If they get him a winger, I think it's
but in their prime, you're looking at possibly 200 points between the two guys,
and they're making
half
200 points for.
They're going to be making half
of money who knows? As what 100 we'll say for Carlsson in his prime.
Yeah, I mean, that's unknown, but I mean, like you can.
No, but again, just hypothetically, like
yeah,
like come on, like that's ridiculous.
Makes no sense. Like I don't know, Briere. I don't know. Anyway, so the question is, what do they do? Do they match or do they not? I say they're gonna match.
I think they're gonna match. You can't lose him, but
I think it's been
at the same time, it's a hard decision to make because now their cap structure is destroyed.
Destroyed, yeah.
Whatever plan that they had is in the garbage, been out the window because of what you're gonna have to sign him for now. That just changed the entire plan going forward for the Ducks.
Yeah, even though they have a ton of money.
It's a shitty thing for Danny Briere to have done, which is like another reason I think why he's pissed off. Why every GM in the league's pissed off at him.
Yeah, I don't. Like, and why would he do it? I don't. I
no
really
one's gonna do business with Philly anymore. Why?
Well, no, people will do business, I guess, but I do think that other.
No, but it'll be small stuff. No one's gonna want to. No one's going to do a big trade.
No one's going to want to help them. Let's put it that way. No one's going to want to do them any favors.
No.
You'd think. Anyway, listen, maybe we're overreacting, and I don't know, but to me, it seems like you took a kid that,
you willing to gamble
almost double
4 years of first-round picks, too? Like, that's the other thing. Granted, Anaheim's probably going to match, and Danny Briere probably knew that going into it. But at the same time, what if they don't? The Flyers just lost 4 years of unprotected first-round picks.
Yeah.
And now you're making this signing. Now you're going to do everything in your power to win a Stanley Cup because, I'm sorry, if they don't match, and now you're stuck with Leo Carlsson for 5 years at $18 million, and you don't win a championship in those 5 years, that's a failure. Like, I'm sorry. You can't sign a number one center to that and not immediately become a cut. Like, I'm sorry. Yeah. With the offseason they've had it and they go and do this, it's desperation is what it is. They're desperate. They're a desperate team. I think Danny knows he backed himself into a corner, and so they did this. Like, that's what the only other explanation I can think of other than being pity. But again, he traded Gauthier. Like, not his fault that Anaheim got him and Gautier's playing what? Like, that was Danny's fault. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, that's like what he's trying to do is trying to get back at them for the trade he made with them. Like, I don't see how that's Anaheim's fault. I mean, Anaheim didn't cause Gauthier to want to leave the Flyers. I don't think. Anyway, there was no.
No, it was upper management because he knew he was NHL ready.
No, that's
Everybody
not what I mean.
He was NHL ready.
I don't want to go over all that. But it wasn't tampering.
Saying, that's why he left. That's why
it wasn't tampering, is what I'm saying.
No.
So Anaheim has no fault in the fact that Philly had to trade Gauthier. So it begs the question, like, why would he do this? Either he's stupid and thought he's gonna get. Even then, why would he want to get it? That he's gonna get the player. Or he's vengeful for some reason in trying to ruin the Ducks. Or I have nothing else. Why would he do this? I don't get it. Listen, if they think that they're going to be a Stanley Cup contender anytime soon, adding Carlsson isn't pushing them over the top next year. It's not. Right? There's moves they've got to do.
Be a playoff
if you play chess,
they have a ton of work still to do.
If you play chess and you're good at it, one of the killers of winning in chess is making the moves in the wrong order. If you move too early, make a move too early, you could screw up everything, right? You got to do things in the right order. This move is not in the right order.
No, but again, look at the Canadians. Look at that's why I say Ken Hughes has been playing chess since they took over. I mean, he has.
Yeah, no, he kind of has. And he doesn't make moves ahead of time.
And that's why I think, and I'm glad you brought that up, making moves ahead of time. I think San Jose could be in trouble with the deals they gave out to Trouba and bringing Nurse in and trading.
Okay, but I don't want to sidetrack to that.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, though, right? But again, that's another example of maybe he's making moves too early.
Well, that's what I mean.
But
Or he just is vengeful because you either thought I'm going to get the player because of the contract size, right? So I'm going to get the player. So you're willing to give up the 4 draft picks, and you're thinking of getting the player.
And you're willing to tie up $18 million when you have
and that's
Mitch
your plan,
Martone.
Right? And so you're jumping the gun on your play, like right. You're not. It's either that or you're vengeful for whatever reason. It can't be because you traded Gauthier to them, but maybe it is. So I don't see another reason why, but it's one of the two, and both are not good. Both are not good. Like, I hate the Leafs. There's teams I don't like. I don't want to destroy them as in terms of being a viable team in the NHL. That would never be something I would want to do. But it seems like that's what Philly's trying to do to Anaheim. And then the person that we were talking about earlier, who's a partner of ours, but we won't mention his name. It's surprising. Why would he want to destroy them or hurt them that badly in that kind of a way? I don't get it. That's not fair competition in my mind.
No.
And
I'm glad another friend of ours. I mean, Jamey hates it. Jamey hates the move. Jamey Baskow.
Yeah, because no one's like you say. People are going to want to. They're going to want to offer sheet your players now.
Oh, I'm telling you, if they don't sign Michkov or Martone, get them done next year, Anaheim's going to come right back at them and smoke them. That's what happens with these.
I mean, a player has to sign, but
they do. But I'm just saying, right? But look at Carolina and Montreal. Granted, Carolina fucked up because they offer sheeted someone who shouldn't have got an offer sheet. But again, right? That was revenge for Aho. And
they
actually ended up doing the Habs a favor, but still, like, that's what happened.
Yeah. Yeah, and even you look back at Aho,
no disrespect to KK. I wish him the best, but I mean, he did the Habs a favor and taking him away for what they took him away for. Like,
yeah, in the long run, that was the right.
You know what I mean? So, but that's what teams do. Anaheim's going to come right back at him. So, Danny Briere better be ready to pony up a large sum of money if he's going to offer that to Carlsson.
Yeah, because
imagine now what Martone's going to ask for if he's willing to pay that much for Carlsson.
Yeah, that's right. He fucks himself that way.
And Alex, our friend, I named him. Oop, he doesn't think about those things. What's Martone going to think looking at that? What's Michkov going to think looking at that? Oh, they're going to pay him $18 million? Oh, well, I'm better than him. Or I'm on that level. I want $18 million now.
Yeah, and even if they don't get him, those guys are still looking, but they were willing to sign it. They were going to sign him for that, so they were going to pay him that.
It's things you got to think about. Well, you got to look at the whole picture, and it's
yeah.
Even if Anaheim does match, and I think they will. I mean, I still think it's sends a ripple effect through Philly because, you were willing to give Leo Carlsson $18 million. Well, if I'm putting Martone and say I put up like an 80-point season, all right, well, I want 18 then. Because I just put up more points than he did. Yeah.
Or if he puts up the same, he just has to put up 67.
And I know he's a wing, but still, right? Like, that's what. I mean, you just set that precedent.
You set that precedent.
Like, that's the problem.
That's what I don't understand. I don't get it. I get that the cap's going up, but so because the cap's going up, you got to spend it all.
Stupid.
It just in that kind of a way. It is stupid. So, anyway, it's kind of a mystery in the end why they did it. I'd like to hear an explanation from Briere what their thinking was in offering in making this offer sheet. I would really like to do that. Anyway, let us know in the comment section what you thought about this and your opinion on it. We definitely really be interested to hear that. We're going to handle one more topic in this little session of ours, and that is our Jacob Dobish just got re-signed or extended, I'll say. So I don't have the numbers there, but Jacob Dobish was extended 3 years, $5.3 million AAV. He has one more season left on his current contract, so this won't kick in until the following season. I guess I'd forgotten that they had to extend him at some point. So I wasn't really expecting this right now, but Yeah, I don't really mind. I mean, the term's fine. The term is absolutely fine. If I would have any complaint at all, I would say maybe slightly higher than I would have given him, but by a little bit, and not enough to even like not even enough to really complain about. So yeah, I like the deal. I think he's going to be the number one goalie going forward right now, unless he falters. We don't know if he will or won't. I'm not saying he will or won't, but he's the number one guy. The only reason I say that is because the question of Sam Montembeault is still out there. We don't know what's going to happen. If he's still here and Monty turns his game around, that could cause, like, who the hell knows what's going to go with that. But Jacob Dobich is the guy. If you look at his numbers, I have him over here. He was 29, 10, and 4 last season with a 2.78 goals against and a 901 save percentage in the regular season, and he stepped it up a little bit in the playoffs. Now, not really the record because it was 9 and 10, but still. But a 2.66 goals against and a 908 save percentage. So his numbers were, not hugely better, but still better. That's a goalie that stepped it up. And believe me, it's saying something when you know the kind of, like, some of the games that he had to play and how he just stood on his head and the number of shots he faced and all that kind of stuff. So very worthy of that contract.
100%. I think the money's fine. With the cap going up, I think $5.3 million for your starting goalie, more than fine. And I like the term, because again, I think that term gives, again, a lot of time to see what Fowler can do. And it's, down the road, say Fowler overtakes him, and then maybe, say Fowler overtakes him, maybe Fowler becomes that number one guy. If you really needed to, it's very movable too down the road.
It gives Fowler time to do that. He doesn't have to come in right away and do that.
Right, 100%. No, it's a good deal. It's setting this team up to compete for a long time. It's great GM work, right? You want to see a great GM in the league, you go look at the Canadians. I'd stay away from the Twin Cities, and I'd stay away from the city of brotherly love because there's just no good GM work going on there.
No, there's not.
But no, this is a great deal. I'm happy for Dobich. I'm happy that we have him. I think it's great.
Yeah, my only complaint, like I said, is the number. But I mean, with the cap going up, it's fine. If the cap weren't going up like nearly that much or whatever, I would say it's probably $500,000 too much. For me,
if that.
I would have given
nothing more than that.
4.5.
Starting goalie right now, maybe $500,000, but
that, I think with the cap going up, I don't think that's even an issue.
No, that's not a problem.
And you know what? He deserved it. He gave everything for.
No, he really did. And he's only 25. It's not like he's like 30.
And he's still young. Yeah. So I think he deserves it, and I wouldn't complain. But it is about $500,000 more than I would have given him. Okay, so the other guy that got the contract, which everybody probably has to know by now, is Ivan Demidov. Signed a fantastic deal. Especially if you look at his offer sheet.
I was gonna say, look at what Leo Carlsson just got. You're going, fuck.
He signed for 8 years, $9.125 million AAV, so a total of $73.2 million for the contract. And nothing bad to say about that at all. I don't.
No, it's Ken Hughes again.
Right in line with what
GM work, and again, another young, skilled, premiumly talented player that's buying into what we're building in Montreal and kind of following suit with everyone else, right? Suzuki, Coffey, the big guys, Hudson, and I think that also stems again from obviously the character that the Habs look at, but I think it's Nick Suzuki's leadership too. I think they all love having him as the captain, and they're all behind that, and I think that's where it starts.
All that's great and all that's right, but I think what mostly brings it home is the fans playing playing here.
Oh no, 100. Well, I was gonna get to that too, but yeah, the fans
one.
too.
It's addictive, and they want to stay and keep doing that, and and that's what they've said. So it's all that's good and done, but I think the fans, the way they're loved here, the way they're appreciated, the way the fans are knowledgeable, and I think that really is the biggest part of it. Montreal's a great place to be a hockey player if you're winning, if you could win here. Greatest place.
Look, and I think too, I think they all know too, with that expectation, right, from the fan base in Montreal, and they know, hey, listen, we do need to perform out here, and again, I agree. I mean, those Jacob Dolbish, with some of the reactions he was getting after games, like he was crying. He was so happy.
They all have egos. That's one. They all work hard, and they want to be appreciated like anybody else.
Yeah.
And when you get that,
and I think they respect the fact that I have a problem interrupting you. I'm sorry.
It's okay. When you get that appreciation, you just want more. You just want that every night. I mean, Fowler said that. I just want to do that again and have that happen to me again.
And I think they respect the accountability that the fans have for him too, right? Because they know if they're not performing, they're gonna hear about it, and they respect that. You know what I mean? I don't think it's something that deters any of them. They know what's expected of them, and
we're still fickle.
Fans being held accountable.
We're still fickle here about it, and you got to perform. And if you're not, we'll let you know. But if you can perform here and win here, that's probably the best place in the league.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, without a doubt.
And that's not because I'm biased about it. That's just what everybody says.
No, but you see it too, right? And players now adding Montreal, like either taking them off of a no trade list or adding them to their list of teams they want to get traded to. We know that's happening now throughout the NHL. It's been reported. Yeah. There's a reason for that. Right? So, and that's the reason.
Yep. Let us know in the comments what you think of those two contracts. What do you think of the Demidov signing and Jacob Dolbish? Because I think
cool part about Dobish's contract, I don't know if you saw the full number, but his jersey number's in it. It's 5.37575.
Oh, okay. I didn't have it break down that.
I thought that was cool.
I didn't have it broken down like that. Yeah, that's cool. That is cool. Yeah, that's cool.
Again, well deserved. I love it. I love Dobish to death. I think he's awesome, and I think he's going to continue to get better, especially working with the goalie coach there.
Yeah, for sure. Let us know. And were you surprised by the dollar value of the Dobish contract? Yeah. All right. All righty. All right. So the next conversation that we had was that I'm going to show you actually was, I think, a day or two before where we talked about Hage, Zharovsky, who's going to get Galley's A, and maybe something else in there. But that's the next one that we are going to see right now. Hey, did you see Michael Hage was talking about his decision to go back to Michigan? Did you see what he said about it?
A little bit, yeah.
Now, actually, it's nothing new because he made the decision a while back, but because of the development camp stuff and everything, I guess it got brought back to the forefront. So he was one of those locker room interview sessions with all the reporters, and they were asking him about it, and he didn't really explain it completely, but he did sort of at the end, and I really like what he said about it. It shows you the character of the kid. It shows you what I think the Habs liked about him, the character part, and anybody worried or anybody thinking Montreal is going to include Hage in a trade, I don't think that's even on the radar at all. I don't think
No, it's definitely not.
You hear us talking about that he's untouchable. Other people talking about it. I nothing that I've seen from Gordon, because Gordon was talking about it too, how they're behind him, and if he wants to change his mind and come back and all that. Nothing that I've seen says this kid is on the block. There's no way he is going to be included in a trade. They're behind him, and I like the reasons why. So if you haven't heard why, I'll explain what I've heard and then see what you think about that. He was saying just the other day, so he's had 2 seasons in the NCAA, but he's not the guy yet. He's not one of the older guys. He's not, right? In the NCAA, those guys are on the ice in the last minute of the game, at the end of game, closing out games, whatever, taking the big face-offs. Those are those guys. That's what he'll get this year. One of the reasons he's going back is he wants his turn at that. And not just for his ego, because that's part of his development. When he hits the league, he wants to make an impact. He wants to be fully ready. He knows he's got to work on face-offs. He knows there's a few things of his game he's got to work on. And that's the stuff that you learn in college by being out there at the end of the games, last minute, taking the big face-offs, all that. He wants his turn at that. He wants to come here fully ready. Yeah. Now, in saying that, just one last thing I'll add before I ask your opinion. There's stuff about him being here at the end of his last college season. I think that was on the table. I think the reason why he wasn't, I mean, clearly his ankle was injured. He said he didn't want to start his big league career injured. So that was off the table. And then the extra time he had to think about it, and then his brother is also going to the same school, I think that changed his mind. He kind of wanted to do that. He wanted to develop a little bit more. He knows there's aspects of his game that he needs to get better at, and he'd like to come into the league ready like that, especially since the opportunity sort of presented itself. So what I'm saying here is the reason that he wants to go back to college, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's actually beneficial to his game for when he's here. He will come here ready.
100%.
So he won't be going to Laval. He'll be coming here ready to be a center. He ain't coming here to be a winger. He wants to be a center in this league, and that's what he's shooting for. Anyways, what do you think of that?
Yeah, no, look, and we've kind of known it, but management basically said, "What it's up to you. Whatever you want to do is fine. We're not going to push you one way or the other." And I do. I think Michael Hage had more time to really think about it, and I'm fine with it. I'm fine with him being able to go back and work on the face-off skills and things like that he needs to get better at to be a full-time center in the NHL. And yeah, I don't think there's any issue with that. I think again, where the Habs are, that's not a problem to wait another year for him. It's totally fine. And it'll be fun to watch him at Michigan again. I watch a lot of college hockey. Obviously, a lot of fans of the channel probably know that I'm a big college hockey nut, so it'll be fun watching him there, even though I hate Michigan with a passion, but that's another thing. But no, it'll be fun to watch him there, and he's gonna develop and just get even better, and he'll be even better when he inevitably signs at the end of this season. He's gotten bigger too. He's been hitting the gym. He's put on a lot of muscle.
Oh yeah, you can
he's
see.
He's like 6'2" now, I think, but he put on like 15, 20 pounds of muscle.
Zharovsky,
we'll get into in a minute.
Yeah, also, yeah. I think, it's all been like he could have started here. I guess, he could have been in camp and started, right? Would he have been fully ready? I guess he may have been, but he obviously might not have been, according to himself. He feels, I guess, that he wouldn't have been. And he wants to come here, be the second line center. He specifically said that, second line center. I believe he said that. This is, I think this makes the most sense when you think about it, right? He'll come here fully developed. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Gives him a greater chance of success in the NHL to have the career he wants. And the way he puts it too, he has 100%. He said he'll bet on himself 100 times out of 100 times to come into the league and have and be a player that makes an impact. But I'm sure he feels that in order to do that, he feels better if he has another season in college.
100%.
I'm really not getting this across properly. But anyway, his decision to do that was not selfish, was not ego, was actually based on the fact that he wants to have success when he gets here. He doesn't want to play anywhere else. They asked him about that, and he said no. He was wanted to play here his whole life, and now especially that he has the opportunity. No, he's not going. He doesn't want to play anywhere else. So he doesn't. He's not doing this to negotiate a contract or any shit like that. And they're not trading him. They're not trading him. Another guy they're not going to trade, Zharovsky. I don't think Zharovsky. I don't think he's like we've heard rumors, but I question the validity of that. A lot of people in the know, scouts and stuff that know better than I do, will tell you that Zharovsky they feel is a little better than Hage potentially to be, his ceiling. So they're not going to trade Hage. It's not strictly because of, his background and with his father and all that. They're not doing it out of the goodness of their heart. They're doing it because they believe this kid's going to be a superstar in this league. If they believe that, they believe the same thing about Zharovsky. You trade one of these two kids away. Eric Engels put it best. You better be damn sure of what you're getting back, because you're giving up a superstar in this league down the road, and that's going to hurt, and it's going to hurt you a lot, your progression, if you made a mistake on that. Mm-hmm. So, I don't see them moving on either of these two guys. I really don't. Zharovsky, as you maybe you say it, you can tell them. He's bigger. Matt is the one who told me about it. So
yeah. So I was reading it, and I had seen that. When his measurables we came to camp, he was at 6'2", I think it was 183 or 181.
183. You told me, yeah.
Which is a 2-inch height difference and almost 20 pounds of muscle in weight since he got drafted last season. Yeah, so I saw that and I was like, holy smokes! We knew he was pretty skilled, he was talented. He's got perfect size now, too. You know what I mean? That's kind of line. So I was just taken aback. He looked really good too, from what I saw in the scrimmage.
The scrimmage today.
Elaborate on that, but he looked good there too.
I did this. I don't know if you guys, whoever's watching this, saw it, but I did the scrimmage today. Zharovsky looked really good. There was a play, and I don't know if I actually saw this or not because happened fast, and there was a player that sort of got in his way, so I wasn't 100% sure, but I think I saw him put his stick, the tip of the stick, on the puck, and then spun the puck around his back like that. I can't even do it. I don't know how the hell he did it. That's what I think I saw. Anyways, if you watch the scrimmage, let me know if you saw that too, because they don't show replays on those things. And I don't know. But if he did what I think I saw him do, now he didn't score on the play or anything, but, he got a good opportunity. And that's just crazy with his hands. Now, I don't expect to see him do shit like that in the NHL because you'll get hit hard. But it just shows what he can do, what he's capable of with his hands. This kid looked – of the players that were in the scrimmage today, the standouts for me were Mooney. LJ Mooney stood out both games because they did it in 25-minute games. So LJ Mooney –
my cousin actually played hockey with him growing up.
LJ Mooney might be the most talented kid that was in camp in this, as much as I don't know, but he was the most standout there. The kid can move and spin and pass. My God, can that kid set up a play? So he stood out.
He's uber talented.
Yeah. There was a kid, Martino, who I don't, whatever, but same last name as Eric. In the first game, he stood out. He had a goal, and he stood out. Definitely stood out. The second game, not so much. And then Hage definitely was a standout at a couple of goals in the game, in both games. And yeah, he was noticeable. The thing with Hage, I felt he looked like he was trying a little too hard. That's the only thing. Like, he knew he was the big guy on campus there, and he was. And I just thought there were times when it maybe was being too fancy. I don't know, too overconfident a little bit. Maybe got to him there, but he looked good. He was definitely a standout. And Zharovsky was the other guy that to me stood out. And then, there were some good moments from different guys, but these guys were consistent through the whole thing. So, so Zharovsky, I noticed the same thing too, because they did a little interview after or before the scrim. I don't know which it was. And he was interpreted by Radkov. Is that his name? Another Russian kid. Whose
Radkov, I think. Something like that. Yeah.
Whose English was really good. So, so Zharovsky, he's standing there, he's kind of standing there in his answering, he's, laughing and whatever. But what I noticed was, like, his arms, like, he put on some muscle, and his height. I didn't really pay attention to that. Oh, is he bigger? But since Matt said he grew a couple inches, you can see it. He's bigger.
He was 6 foot, like 163 when he got drafted. He's 6'2", 181 now.
Yeah, he's looking like the real deal that they say he is. And, just fantastic to see what's coming down. Now, as far as timeline, for Zharovsky, looks like a year. He's got two.
Yeah, I think so.
He's got two on the contract, but I think even he's kind of saying a year. And so is Bobrov, kind of saying it. They can't say exactly, but they kind of expect they'll be able to get him after this season coming. And Zharovsky, I think, said he needs another season to get to be where he wants to be to come over. So he's fully ready. So there's that. For the kid they drafted this year, Pugachov, just to say, I don't know if I was reading it. I don't know when I was reading this. The timeline looks about a year for him too, even though he's got 2 years left. But it looks like a year left we'll have both of those guys here. So just to say that. All right, last thing I want to talk about in this session here is a question that was brought up to me, I think yesterday, in the members stream that we did, or the day before. I don't know when it was. Somebody asked me this in a live stream just the other day. I think that was the stream I did. Who's going to get Galley's A on the sweater? Who's going to get that? Matt, you give me your opinion. I know, tough question. I had to do the same thing too.
It's tough. I think for me, and this player, I don't know. For me, he stands out for just how long he's been with the club, and I think Galley really mentored him just in terms of how to be a pro, things like that. For me, Jake Evans kind of stands out as someone that could get it. That name pops into my head.
That's the consensus we came to, actually.
Yeah, I think for me, Jake Evans just makes a lot of sense. If he was here for longer, I think Carrier wouldn't be a bad shout, but I just think Jake Evans, with how long he's been here, I think that's who I would go with.
Carrier, I would say no for a reason, though. Matheson has the other A.
Right, so you want an A in the forward core, yeah.
And my guy was Dobson, and then, but then I thought, Matheson, yeah, maybe not, because I like Dobson for that, but I don't think they're going to have both of them be defensemen.
No, you're going to need one. I mean. So
the guy I came to also is, I think, Evans kind of makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, that's who, like, again, before we started recording, when you brought up this would be a topic, his name immediately popped into my head.
Yeah. Anderson would be the other one, Anderson, but I don't think Andy's going to be here past next season. So,
no, and I don't know. For me, I think a center would be a little more appropriate for the other A. I mean, I know our captain's a center, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I
can't think of anyone on the wing right now.
Yeah. There was one came up right at the end of when we were talking about it the other day. Newhook. Someone said Newhook, and I went, you know what? I don't mind that.
No, me neither.
I like the fact that he's a good Newfoundland boy. So you know that he's got some really good upbringing. He's got some. He's just a good Canadian kid. And you know what? I don't mind. I don't mind that. Not just for that. I just think I think he'll be here for a little while. I think he's going to have a bigger role than he did even last year if he can stay healthy. That's the one key. Can he stay healthy? But I don't mind that. So between Evans and Newhook, I think one of those two guys, my opinion.
Yeah, no, I think again, because I don't think you're not going to give it to somebody else on the top line because the captain's already there. And I just don't. I mean, Demidov's only played 1 year, so he's
not yet. The Demidov, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, Evans popped right into my head. Between again, not only that he was really kind of mentored by him and Gallagher were like this, like Gallagher really mentored him a lot when he came up, taught him how to be a pro, things like that.
Yeah.
So I think from that standpoint, he's been with the team a long time. Obviously, he's bought in with that extension he signed last year.
Yeah.
You know, and he's one of my favorite players on the team. He's a Notre Dame guy. So I've always been behind him since he was at college. So I think he deserves it. I think Andy would be another shout.
He's definitely dedicated to the team because he signed here for less. He didn't go to free agency. He signed for less to stay here. So Evans. I wouldn't have thought of Evans.
He's a brilliant kid too. Like I said, he went to Notre Dame.
Yeah.
4 years. Like he's a brilliant kid.
He wasn't the kid I didn't think of him, but the other person who had asked me this, that's who their person was, and then I thought, Evans actually makes the most sense. And then someone brought up Newhook, and then Newhook actually I like it, but I think Evans probably has a better shot at getting that, and I think that's probably who it'll be. I can't. Unless they do give it to Anderson for a year.
Yeah, which again is certainly possible, but I think Jake Evans would make a good.
I think Jake Evans would make a good assistant captain for sure, or associate, whatever they're called. I don't even know.
Whatever it's called, yeah.
So let us know who you think. Definitely like to hear from everybody. Who you think it'll be. And maybe you have a different idea. I don't know. Someone we didn't really give it a thought to. You never know. So let us know in the comment section for that.
One other thing too about Jake Evans, and this is another reason why I absolutely love him to death. You probably know this story, but when my dad was really sick, I forget which birthday it was. It was a couple years before my dad passed away. Cam and our buddies wanted to do something really nice. Again, with everything that was going on, they wanted to do something really nice for me. They wanted to get a cameo of a Habs player.
Oh, yeah, it was Jake Evans.
Suzuki, but they got Jake Evans, and I'll send you the video, but he had some really nice words to say about my dad.
I'm pretty sure I saw it.
Yeah.
That's
always really stuck with me, just to what he said.
I forgot about that. No, I forgot about it. I'm sure I saw that.
Yeah. So he's always going to have a special place in my heart for that. And, just the kind words he said. Like, he's a really good kid. I mean, he really is.
He's just so low key. Like, I didn't think of him.
Oh, he's relatable, but like he's got a good head on his. Like he went to Notre Dame.
He's very low key. He's just very low key. So very level headed. He'd probably make a really good. I think he's also, with his defensive play and how good he is in the dot too. He's really impactful for this team as well. Exactly.
So, and I think a captain should be someone that does make an impact in one way or another.
Yeah, I agree. I think Evans is probably going to get it, to be honest. All right. So then, if you're enjoying this, give a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And we're going to have next is a conversation pre-offer sheet that we had after the last members only live stream, which was on the 1st. So we talked about stuff that you'll see why I say pre-offer sheet, and let's get to that right off. Here we go.
Even though obviously the Habs didn't make a trade or anything, I'd still chalk them up as a winner today. Again, Ken Hughes must have woken up and said, "All right, is the horseshoe still up there?" Oh yeah, it's way up there. Like, how does he keep doing this and signing these deals? Like, it's crazy to me.
One of the reasons they drafted some of their guys
Like,
they
it's
drafted was
insane.
character. Character
No, I
means
know.
you're
I get
not going to
that.
be greedy. And so you got guys that aren't greedy, just want to sign good contracts and be here. A lot easier to do something like that today.
No, 100%. But you're still going to give kudos to his negotiation. I mean, you get
Again, I chalk that
I
up
mean, for
to
what a lot of the
drafting right
RFAs are
kids.
going to get nowadays. I mean, you just
Doesn't
saved about
matter.
$6 million.
Again, character. You draft
No,
the right kids,
100%.
they see the reality of the situation and can make the right decision, which is what it was today, you know?
100%. I mean, you look at his interview. He said, he's like, no, I want to win here. I would just want. He was like Hudson. I want to get this over with.
Yeah,
I just want to be here.
Hockey's more important than money.
Yeah,
Money's nice and you need money, but hockey's more important and money won't rule my hockey decisions.
right.
Basically, I mean, you know, it's not exactly what he said, but that's basically what he said. So yeah, but again, it's character. I mean, they drafted these kids for a reason. That's what, you know, checking the boxes. That's what that was all about. And that's the result you get from kids like that. If you drafted the right kids with the right character, you're going to get that kind of dealings. You know, they're level-headed, they're mature, they make the right decisions. And they usually make decisions that are beneficial to the team as well because they want to win. They want to leave that room for, you know, the team to do what they have to do to make them win because they want to win.
Well, no, and again, it goes back to, you know, when Caulfield and Suzuki signed their deals and Slavkovsky. It's the same exact reason.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
They want to win here. They want to be here long term. They'll take, you know, the pay cut so the team can get better around them.
Slav said the same thing. Remember, he said, they could just hand me a contract, I would have signed it.
Yeah.
I didn't care what the number I was signing, you know, like basically what he said. Whatever it was, I was signing the contract. Money wasn't important. You know,
Yeah.
overall.
No, look,
I mean, it's important,
think,
but you know what that means, right?
I think Nick Suzuki should get a lot of credit too, just for the way he leads the team like that. You know,
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Can't come in here and then be all this greedy asshole. You can't. It's not going to work here.
No.
You won't be accepted, and you know it just won't work for you here. If you know, with a leader like that, when you have a captain who leads the right way, you know, and I'm not saying Suzuki's the only one. There are captains out there that are really great captains. When you have that,
well, like I said, he reminds me so much of Bergeron.
Yeah,
just the way he led it. Obviously,
necessarily
it's not
agree
Bergeron, but it's hard not to see those similarities, those characteristics.
Yeah, I'll just say it wasn't necessarily Bergeron's fault with some of the bad apples they had there in Boston. So I'll just say that. But
no,
yeah,
but I just mean, in terms of the way that he leads on and off the ice and the way that he plays the game.
Same type of leader.
It's hard not to see this. And Bergeron was one of his idols. Like, he's talked about it. He really admired Bergeron.
You know, of course. I mean, a guy like Suzuki knows his game. He's a smart kid. Knows the type of game. Not hard to, you know, I guess, to find a player that you can sort of model yourself after when you already know your basic traits and all. I mean, it's the intelligence, you know. Whereas a Brady Tkachuk, you know, look how he led in Ottawa. Not great.
No, it was funny too. I saw a comment under one of the first highlight reels that I watched at Gleb. And the first comment, it was a Habs fan. He goes, I can't fucking wait till I see him pulverize a Tkachuk. I'm like, oh my God.
Did you see him what?
Pulverize a Tkachuk, like line up, like him lining up Brady Tkachuk like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, well, I imagine.
I don't think you'd be able to contain yourself.
No, it's gonna be fun to see. I mean, look, as long as he gets here.
Oh yeah.
It's not a guarantee that he'll get here, obviously, but I mean, you know, he's got a really good shot. I got to say.
No,
for a kid we never heard of again. Never heard of this kid before, right? Whoever heard of Gleb? Gleb what? And you look into him, and there's
a hockey player there, dude. Like, I was impressed. Like, I didn't think he was gonna. I didn't really expect the level of finesse that a player, like, again, right, like, when I drafted him, I typed his name and I went, all right, so he's a power forward that likes to destroy people. I love it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, he might, have a hard shot. Interested to see the rest of his game, stick handling, things like that. Kind of see where that's at. Because I'm like, it may not be there. And I went, oh, it's actually got some pretty decent skill there.
Yeah, no, he's got some good skill.
His hockey sense, I think, is very underrated. Again, just the way that he positioned himself defensively and offensively, the way he shielded the puck. Yeah. And I love his instinct, too. I don't know if you noticed this in the film, but the way he just there were highlights where he just bulldozed his way to the front of the net. Like, he just wouldn't be stopped.
Yeah.
Things like that. And I went, oh, shit. Now I see why they liked him a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot to like. Just, it's, you never heard of the kid. And, and they find these kids. Like, it's crazy how they can pull that name out. Never heard of him before. Nobody really knows much about him. And yet they seem to be right. I mean, the proof is only, going to happen when another year or two. But I mean, everything I read about him, everything I've seen, like little highlights and all that, it all looks good.
Yeah. No, I mean, it does. And it's exactly what, right? Like, exactly what the team needs. And yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens, but I got all the faith in the world in the kid, man. I really genuinely was impressed with what I saw. Just, again, I knew the hitting was going to be there, but I seen him make plays, make some really nice dekes. I went, oh shit, there's actually a decent hockey player here. Like,
yeah, he's a decent.
Like we talk about a Florian or an Arbor, where they're pretty decent hockey players. They beat the shit out of you, but they're pretty decent hockey. Like, this kid's the same thing. He can play hockey.
Yeah, even more so.
Hockey.
No, but even more so because he can. He's a lot like Florian. He's got a lot of aspects to his game. And it's not like, he's a tough guy. He can play a little bit. No, he's a tough guy that's got some really good upside to him. There's really there's a third line, a really good third line player there somewhere in there.
I agree. Further, I think that's exactly where I project him, and I think that's fine. Yeah. Again, those are the type of players we're really looking for now. It's
what they were trying to do is, in the draft and in the hopefully in free agency, they're trying to improve that bottom six. I think with this kid, if he can get here in a year and all that, I think it accomplishes that.
Yeah.
And with like I like what I hear. I have yet to hear anybody talking about him with anything bad to say. That's another thing. I haven't heard anything bad about him. Like saying, they say this and all that, but he's really
it goes back to character.
No, it's not. I'm talking skill, like his game.
Oh yeah.
I don't hear anything bad about his game. Can he improve? I think he said he needs to get better skating. There were two things he had listed.
Agility, he's wicked. Quick, straight line speed is ridiculous. I mean, he can fly in a straight line. Yeah,
but I think his overall mobility, kind of with the skating, I think that was something that he said.
Yeah, the agility,
and So anyway, I like the player. Whether I'm drinking the Kool-Aid or not, I don't know, but I like this player. I mean, look, could they have done better if they were higher up in the draft? Yeah, of course, but they were where they were.
I think we're at the position they were at. That's the type of player that they should have targeted. That's why I don't agree with people. Oh, the Habs reach or whatever. Well, if you're looking at players just based on who was the best skilled player available, but it's not what the Habs were looking for. We don't need guys like that anymore. We have those guys already here.
Yeah. And where they were drafted,
the guys to fill out the rest of the roster.
They weren't going to get that guy.
Did that.
They weren't going to get anybody like that where they were drafting anyway.
No,
considering where they were drafting, it's a great draft. Great pick for where they were drafting. Yeah. Potentially. So anybody watching, if we're putting this in, potentially, great pick. I mean, he's still, he's got to get over here. He's got to prove it. Yeah, of course. But and listen, both of us, we didn't expect that they were going to pick anybody. I thought they would trade that pick away for sure. So, considering that didn't happen, and they were picking where they were, I'm really pleased with that.
Yeah, I think it's fun.
Anybody else they picked though in the draft, I have no idea about.
Oh no, me neither.
I know nothing. That's it. I didn't research anybody. I know the second kid is like an offensive defenseman, but I don't know much about him other than that. So,
and I'm actually glad you talked about defense, because I also did want to kind of go back to what you mentioned on stream about when we talked about Reinbacher, right? You know, if we have to move him, can we, we'd be all right with that. I think another player that makes that possible is Bryce Pickford. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's a kid that, man, I think he's a right shot defenseman too.
But he's not. I mean, that's a different style. I mean, Pickford's an offensive defenseman. I don't think he has the size of Reinbacher. It's two different guys, so.
Right, but again, though, you're that deep though in the pool. Where, again, like you can, or even like Engstrom's probably better size-wise, probably closer to size. But again, like you can move a guy like Engstrom if need be to make it, bring in a, that top six winger.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
Bryce Pickford's right there. Fine.
Yeah, but again, Pickford, I don't think he makes the team. Laval,
not right now, but I think down the road, I think he could be a
yeah. But I mean, he doesn't have that size. He has the offense. I mean, he's an offensive defenseman. I don't see him being. I don't see him comparing him and Reinbacher. I don't see that. Two different kind of guys, but does it allow Reinbacher to develop more?
I just meant it in terms of like organizational depth, in terms of like young defensemen.
If you move Reinbacher, yeah, okay, but again, it's not the same type of guy, so. But I mean, would they be fine if they had to move Reinbacher, but to bring in a Marchenko? Yeah, I don't think Reinbacher is untouchable, like in that sense that if you have to move him, will that set you back 3 years? I don't think so. Because he's already
Bryce Pickford's not small. He's 6'1", 195 pounds.
Oh, okay, so that's better. He's better that way. But if I'm correct, he's a left side. He's not a right side, is he?
No, he's a right shot. He's a right-handed.
Okay,
right shot
but it's okay. Style-wise, though, his playing style is totally different styles.
No, it is. But again, I'm just saying, organizational depth. Like you can, again, right? Another reason why I'd be okay.
If he's a right shot guy. No, if he's a right shot guy.
You still get Engstrom, and then you get Bryce Pickford still in the pipeline. It's not again, right? Organizational depth, and again, it just goes back to the way they've been drafting, that they've been able to back. You know what I mean? Back for that much. When like you can look at like prospects and go, they're like, whatever X amount of players deep at X Y Z position. You can move guys. They have the assets.
Yeah. There's a definite possibility Reinbacher gets moved in order to bring in a guy like Marchenko. Yeah. And at this point, I would like to not have to deal Reinbacher, but I mean, at this point, you gotta be going. Yeah, if that's what it takes to get. Yeah, you gotta say yeah.
Yeah.
There's only a certain amount of guys you can have as untouchables anyway. You can't have everybody be an untouchable in the prospect pool, or you're just gonna be waiting on them, and that's gonna be your improvements. You're never gonna be able to really trade to make those big improvements. So. All right. So, I hope you enjoyed that. That's the bulk of it, but we have this little bonus, thing for you. It is Matt and I were talking about the offer sheet. We kind of got heated a little bit for fun, but we not on purpose for fun, like for the camera, but it was funny, and I thought I'd include it. It's just a couple of minutes. Hope you enjoy it. I'll be back for a minute, like right after that. Here we go, and I'll get that set up. But look how it's worded. We have tendered an offer sheet. Tendered, by its definition, means we have offered. We have given. It's not signed.
I know that, but then they talk about what
doesn't matter. It should have said we have tendered.
He signed it.
we have tendered and have signed an offer sheet with. That's what it should have said. It said
No, I agree.
and it leaves it open to say, and then you go with the other guy that they said he's been offered whatever, but it wasn't a signed one. So they're announcing those now. So it was good.
But the team that offered Minchikov didn't announce anything yet. We just know
it said that he was offered an offer. So
sorry, mommy and daddy are fighting.
Yes. So I'm sorry. By its interpretation, this just says they tendered it and you didn't sign.
No, I know.
Or else they would have said, we're proud to announce that we have an offer sheet signing with Leo Carlsson, is how it should have been worded.
I agree.
And fuck if this is not deja vu. And not me and you, but I've been through this fucking argument with, I think, Jeff before. Years before. Same kind of thing where it was, I swear to God, deja vu, man. All right. Yeah, but I mean, it says tendered. It didn't say. That's why I asked. And
no, I get it. I hate the way that they worded it, but like I said, it's in the past, because again, we know that he's offered Minchikov, but no one's announced it because he hasn't signed.
In the past, you didn't announce it.
Then that's going to come out, and the team might say tendered.
But in the past, you didn't announce an offer sheet unless it was signed. So you didn't say we tendered it to him. You say we have an offer sheet signed with this guy. Now they're saying that
we all know Danny Briere is not the smartest GM in the world. So
well, it doesn't matter. The social media is now putting them out there, even though they're not signed offer sheets. So it's fair.
No, you're right.
All right. So fuck off now. All right. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. Let us know in the comment section about anything we talked about here. Obviously, give a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you back in 2 weeks. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. Have a great 2 weeks. Enjoy the summer. The weather's nice, and we'll see you soon. Ciao, everybody.
Swagger down the street with your red lips and funky beat. You better hold your head up to the sky. I'm gonna roll with you till the day I die.